Welcome to the Backstage Leadership Conversations, a podcast series by the digital tourism think tank in collaboration with Abu Dhabi Business Events Week, organized by Abu Dhabi's Culture and Tourism Department. I'm Nick Hall, and in this series, we'll explore the post-pandemic trends in business travel, focusing on key areas such as technology, impact, sustainability, and recovery. Ready to jump into today's episode? Stay tuned to learn more about how Abu Dhabi is helping the MICE sector to thrive. In this episode, we'll dive into how we can rebuild a stronger and more sustainable exhibition sector with Roula Jouny, CEO of Tourism 365. Tourism 365 aims to lead the efforts in promoting tourism and facilitating growth of the tourism industry in Abu Dhabi, and is playing a crucial role in helping to increase the number of visitors to the Emirate. Its mission is to create a more sustainable, vibrant, and financially attractive tourism sector in Abu Dhabi by building a portfolio of businesses that promote tourism and facilitate growth of the entire industry. As the company's chief executive officer, Roula brings with her a wealth of knowledge and experience in the travel, tourism, and hospitality sector. She's a dynamic, driven, and results-oriented leader who has successfully spearheaded the launch of Tourism 365 in 2021, and since then has gone on to oversee the overall development of the organization and its brands Capital Travel and Capital Experience into formidable leaders in the outbound and inbound tourism sectors. The last 2 years have been defined by a lot of challenges for the whole tourism industry. So I started out by asking Roula about some of the interesting developments that she's seen as we now move out of recovery towards a pretty strong and promising future.
Well, they have been very challenging, and if you know, also they have been more challenging for Abu Dhabi than other destinations as well. Especially that we've had more restrictions than other destinations. However, we are seeing a very good pace of recovery. Europe has had what they call the hungry travelers this summer. They were all over the place. We have been witnessing also a change of the customer behaviors when it comes to looking for their destinations, when it comes to seeking flexibility in terms of like cancellation. People are still mindful that things could happen and that they have to cancel. So you always we have been demanded to accommodate a lot of the customers' request for being very flexible with the cancellation, being very flexible with the payment mode before traveling, and so on. So we're seeing the business and the industry itself shifting into new measures, but they are all in favor of the clients.
So, some big changes, and it's been a lot of work to meet these new expectations. One of the other developments we've seen is sustainability. So I asked Roula to tell us a little bit more about both the demand for this, but also what does the supply side look like?
In this part of the world, I think we're still a green field and there's a lot for us to be done. However, we have to see that the whole, even Abu Dhabi in specific, is engaged today with the subject of sustainability. If we look at Etihad, they're having massive program in sustainability. We as ADNEC Group, we have the first desert hotel, which will be going completely plastic free. Trying to attract, because we see there is a demand today and people are concerned about, the environment. And I think all this helps attracting more travelers to our destination if we really engage with sustainability is on all levels, social, environment, and I think there's a huge demand and we need to accommodate it.
I wanted to explore taking the MICE sector as a key example, where Roula sees opportunities to apply innovation and to rethink the entire model around MICE so that we can incorporate sustainability right into the heart of that.
Well, MICE business is now going through a very good phase of recovery, even though we thought at the beginning it's going to be after people got so used to have online meetings. We thought that it's going to take really a lot of time for the business to come back. We're seeing a very speedy recovery, as we say. And however, we need now to have an added value to this sector. We have to create the programs around, because people are probably not going to have the chances with the inflation that is happening and all to travel like they did before. So we need to make sure that if people are traveling for MICE, that we give them a better experience, that we try to also include in any business visit, an exhibition, a conference and all, a lot more elements. And so this way also we need to address sustainability when we think of these events, because this will definitely help us creating a long-term business.
So it's clear that there's an opportunity to address this, whilst at the same time meeting people's expectations as visitors, as delegates, as consumers, by providing a richer and perhaps a more meaningful experience.
We need to work on very good, thoughtful itineraries, because as I said, and we need to make sure that we are offering the travelers the option to stay a couple of days in the destination to enjoy it. As I said, probably there would be less trips planned, with the customers. So people would want to also take the opportunity that once they are out, once the ticket has been paid, because airline prices also are going very high, that they profit and take few days and discover the destination. So it's very important that to start creating interesting itineraries around the business traveler.
I thought this was a really interesting concept, mainly as with the different situations we face today, everyone is going to face the same challenges when we think about issues like inflation. With this, it's also important to be aware that the business travel market actually represents an opportunity to provide that leisure opportunity.
Today we are seeing a big shift when it comes to post-COVID for the home office or remote officing, so that creates, even if people will stay, once the ticket, the airline, which is today represent 50 to 60% of any trip, has been paid, so it's good for people to extend the stay few more days in the destination, whether they do it purely on leisure or they do it for while doing remote office. So and we are seeing this trend also with us having ADNEC as a very big venue hosting a lot of events. We're seeing more and more people are attached to having pre or post events stays in the destination. And our job as a DMC is to make sure that we are creating those experiences for the clients. We're also focusing on having companion programs. So while if you're flying to a destination, bring your partner with you. You can go to your conference the whole day, and then we're creating itineraries for the spouses, or the partners, to make sure they can also see the destination. And I see it's also good because this way the hotel room has been paid. So why not bring my partner, pay just another ticket, and then have more or less a nice experience post the event.
Talking with Roula, it's clear that despite the challenges that we're facing as an industry globally, there are real opportunities to see what the business sector can really bring to the leisure sector. This, in her opinion, is about opportunities and how we might think about the combination between both the business and leisure sector, and how we might be able to create the right mechanisms that help them to thrive together.
If we have time, I can list you hundreds, but the good thing is we are working on them. We are developing them. We work with all the stakeholders, with the airlines, with tourism authority, with the attraction, and we are being able to draw some interesting itineraries that, as I said, today people are going to think, okay, it's my chance. I am traveling on a business trip. It's paid off. Let me make the best out of it, and then, invite your partner, and half of the trip is already being paid.
As Roula mentioned, collaboration and the importance of working with different partners to have a well-connected industry is crucial. So I asked her how we can translate this into the incredible experiences which her and her team are responsible for putting on.
I give you a small example. I received the other day an email saying the fish market in Abu Dhabi has opened, right? Immediately, I emailed our colleagues and I said, okay, we really want to create an experience about this fish market. Go talk to the people there. So we created and we incorporated in our city tour a lunch at the fish market. So it is all about working together as a team. We have something called Team Abu Dhabi that, as I said, it involves all the stakeholders that can put together an itinerary that make it, first of all, interesting, attractive, competitive. So working alone doesn't work, especially post-pandemic. We need to give an extra edge, and that extra edge is always going to come through working together as a team with all the stakeholders.
When we talk about sustainability, this is often closely connected with the authenticity of experiences, something I mentioned with Roula, and to which she added the following.
Of course, and also to help, it's a social contribution as well to all, we're talking about the fishermen in the fish market. We're talking about the small shops owners and all. We're creating out of that a very, very unique experience that people probably are used to it in other parts of the world, but here it comes with the real taste of it.
Based on our conversation, I thought it would be interesting to talk about the ambitious goals that Abu Dhabi has established to continue to grow and become the leading MICE destination globally. I asked Roula for her opinion about Abu Dhabi's unique competitive positioning when thinking about the product offer.
I think the destination has all the elements, and to be successful in this field. We have very great hotels. At the same time, is the experience itself is still very authentic. When you come to Abu Dhabi, you're interacting with the local community. And this is what you need to create. People travel and choose destination. When PCOs and associations are choosing a destination, they choose first the destination, then they choose the venue, right? And Abu Dhabi as a destination today has all the elements for us to succeed in this field. As I said, the combination of, first of all, what the destination is offering from culture, from heritage, from very well-designed venues and hotels and so on, together with the interaction with the local community, is making the destination outstanding.
From my conversation with Roula, I was able to dive into a number of key topics, including the many changes that we're seeing and observing across the industry right now, and in particular, how sustainability is increasingly transforming the offer. We also looked at how we can maximize the potential of the destination through collaboration, but also looked at how we can connect different businesses across the supply chain and the wider value chain to create a thriving business and leisure travel sector, to exploit the opportunities of bringing these ever closer together. In the next episode, I will be interviewing Genevieve Leclerc, co-founder and CEO of Meet for Impact, with whom I will be deep diving into how business events impact the wider destination, where we'll be taking a very strong look at sustainability and the importance of incorporating that deeply into our work.